So the next thing I'm going to do, a little different. I'm going to go to pitchers. So, now, you're wondering, this is fine. Like, there are so many good options here. Okay? We're going to talk about these. I'm going to update. I made a list of players last night on Seawit's Discord, just looking at card ratings and saying, these are my cap players. Every cap roster I build that allows lives for the next month is going to have these 8 pitchers on it. And I'm just not going to think about it, right? First up is, not surprising, Griffin Canning. I am actually going to put 41 back in here. I'm going to show you why. He's right where Phil Humber is. He's right there. We know what that Humber is, right? So Humber, Walker, and Canning, in my opinion, are both starting. Are all 3 starting options. You could start one of them in a cap format. I would probably go for the Humber just because the stamina is going to give you more value. If you really do need that point of cap, you can go for Griffin Canning, but... Alright. Yeah, so this Griffin Canning is just good. Like, 95 PBABIP, 71 control, 67 home runs allowed. Like, it's a good non-cap pitcher. Like, this is a good card. It's just unfortunate that, like, actually, if I build an iron cap roster, right now, if I built an iron cap roster, iron cap specifically, Walker, Humber, Canning, probably Montero, I haven't looked at him, and I might go McKenzie over Quantrill. That is a 2-point rotation. A 2-point rotation. And you just surround it with bats. Because this is, again, this is not a bad card. If I compare this to that Dotel, right? Go to Walker, right? This Taiwan Walker, let's, like, you look at this and you compare it to the Humber. You know what? I actually do own... Alright. Oh, no, I didn't want Walker. I wanted... Davis Daniel was one. There we go. So, Davis Daniel was one of my starters, right? Davis Daniel is 19 points in an iron cap, in a cap format. You lose 19 points of PBABIP, but you gain 13 points of control, 4 points of stuff, and 2 points of home run rate. And I don't care about splits here because it's a starter. They're going to face both sides, period. Even if I'm not super prioritizing PBABIP more than I maybe even should, this isn't worth 18 points. The fall off between Davis Daniel and these guys that are still really good cards, like the 40s this year are nuts. Like, Chad Patrick is one of my favorites, and he's not even gonna make... I don't think he's even gonna make the list. Alright, so... Card shop, like I said, Griffin, Canning. Um, I'm still starting Humber in a cap, unless I really need a point. You can run him as a closer or even a stopper in a cap. Like, you can legit run out a bullpen. You're not running out scrubs in any cap that allows you to use lives. Montero is next. Few more home runs. A little worse PBABIP, but still a really good card, right? Quantrill. I'd run that Quantrill in the rotation. Yeah. Just look at this. It's a good card. It's certainly an iron. In most years, I would not think this was a 40. Who is next? McKenzie. Oh my goodness. McKenzie. I might still run the McKenzie just because the PBABIP is gonna play more in long starts. It's gonna be nicer, but I don't know. The control is gonna get more exposed at the same time. So now that I think about it, no. He's a reliever. Get a little bit more stuff boost to to see fewer home runs. And he's gonna get his home runs are less likely to be solo shots than some other guys. Because Tristan McKenzie's been good all year. Like, I don't know, I didn't look at the individual changes. He was already a 40 overall. This is a good card. This has always been a good card. It's just that there have been better iron cards. The fact this is a 40 overall is nuts. Hogan Harris. Here's our left. Hogan Harris, really good, and he's a lefty. So you have two lefties already. Harris and I think is Quantrill a lefty? Thought he was. No, he bats left. Okay, we have a lefty, right? After Harris, it's Dollander. This is the first one of these I'd be like, I might pass, but only because I think there are better options behind him, right? He's extremely splitty. He's gonna get exposed, even in a bullpen role. And he's 97. Patrick's 100. Bellozo's 105. Gillespie's 132. Is that my 8? Two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8. The mate would be Bellozo. We could go and grab a Gillespie, maybe. If Gillespie's another lefty, I will grab him. Patrick. Chad Patrick is another option. He is home run prone a little bit, but I still think it's a good card. He's not as splitty as the Dollander is. Dollander's splittier all around. And then Bellozo. Bellozo's also a righty. Yeah, that's a really good card right there. Who was it? Was it? These are your 8 right here. Position player wise, there's 2. Clear filter here. There's 2 position players I'm really looking at right now. And I don't need to look in the sheet to actually show that. So there's McCann. This Kyle McCann is amazing. And this Kyle McCann is good enough you can legitimately consider dumping catcher. Especially if it's going to be a righty-heavy format. I wouldn't do it above bronze, probably. Iron and bronze, except I think the only bronze cap right now I think is 1933 era, so this doesn't completely apply. But you can run him as your right-handed catcher, There's some solid enough. There's some solid enough, right? Catchers that are 40 overall. Uh, Singer's okay. Wins isn't bad. I was looking at Singer's v right actually, not his v left. Maldonado's still bad. Yeah, okay, his defense isn't good enough to make up for it. Herrera's solid, and he's a switch hitter as well. Heineman's good. Like, and he's also a switch hitter. Barnes is always an option. Let's see. I thought that was Jose Miranda for some reason. Pedro Pajes, a little more flat of a bat, but it's still good. Like, there's so many options you can run with. To just run, this is your defensive option. You could run Willie Ware if you're really not going to care about defense and dump it. Like, you could run the Willie Ware. And run a 40 overall. Head catcher. And the other player that I'm looking at that I'm going to run on everything, every cat format right now, Blaze Alexander. Still 41. I'm going to go, actually, I look at it in my cards, because you can only see his infield ratings there. Let's see. Alexander, there he is. So, ignore the pitching ratings for now. Ignore the pitching ratings for now, they will be relevant. So here's the bat. That's the shape of bat that's been playing in Iron all year. Irons are getting good enough now. I can't quite recommend starting a guy who's got 50 avoid Ks with these kind of numbers. But that bat's not bad. He'd be a very good defender at first, a very good defender at third, solid at second, passable at short, and good enough in left and right, especially in right. Oh, by the way, it's a risk. You can run him low. You can run him as a mop-up pitcher. You want to run him two ways. You can run him as a mop-up pitcher. Save your pen. There are issues there in regards to, what do you call it? There are issues there in regards to the AI might want to use him in non-mop-up roles because mop-up's only secondary. But, it would be nice if we could designate a position player pitching kind of rule like the MLB has, where after, like, in like a 7-run game, you can bring in a designated position player pitcher and use the Blaze Alexander. That's not a thing now. You have to do, like, low leverage. So, the other one, there's another really good cat player, and I don't see him because he's down here. He's not an auto-include because he's a 44, but Tim Anderson. 85 range. 73 range on the infield. That is a 7-player utility. The issue is he's still 4 points. So he's not an auto-include for me. And even with the 66 PBABIP, no stuff, no home run allowed, no control. I'm not doing it. Like, just run out of pitcher. So, but I mean, that's 3 pieces of your bench that are really good for 5 points. Gonna want one more. Better. It's gonna be alive, so... is there anyone else down here? Victor Scott's having a really good season in St. Louis in real life. He didn't quite get the love here. You could run him for 1 point. I don't think you get the benefit out of it because you have Tim Anderson. You could do this instead of Tim Anderson, save 3 points. Shoemake. I mean, you could do Shoemake too as another super utility with 82 range. He's only got 50 in the outfield, 52 in the outfield, so you're not running him in center probably. This wouldn't be bad. Kevin Newman, 43 outfield range. That's not good. That's not even good enough to play in the corners. You gotta have at least 50. Mason McCoy, shape of the bat's good. I think I might run that if I commit to the Tim Anderson. Or even Victor Scott. I could commit to that. Salika Williams. I think I'd rather go with Mason McCoy. There's a little more pop there. Yeah, for some reason I thought McCoy had power, not gap power. No, I'll go Alika Williams. So yeah. So my 4 bench players that I'm running in every cap, for right now, they're all lives. It's Kyle McCann as the catcher. It's Blaze Alexander as a 6 position utility infielder. Mason McCoy as a 6 position utility, fielder. And I'd probably put him as my 3rd shortstop. And then Tim Anderson as a 7 position utility player. And that's 5 points. That's your entire bench, assuming you don't platoon. So, and it would still leave you room for a platoon if you wanted to drop, like, Alika Williams, from that. And go to, and run a platoon. You could run 3 true bench. As far as my pitching goes, it's just these 8, Griffin Canning, Keider Montero, Cal Quantrill, Tristan McKenzie, Hogan Harris, Chase Dollander, Chad Patrick, Valente Bellozo, and Connor Gillespie. If you have leftover overall to use, you can drop Dollander and Gillespie. Dollander's fairly splitty. Gillespie's just by far worse than other options. He falls pretty far. And go Walker and Humber. I haven't looked at the Tyler. It's Kyle Tyler. I don't think he's really better than Bellozo. I mean, if you have points, you can run him, or you could run... The one you run is, Joey S... no, okay, never mind. Who's the Athletics left-handed pitcher? That's in Iron. Not Hogan Harris. It is Hogan. Oh, okay, it is Hogan Harris. That's what I was confusing him with. So, and yeah, you do have a lefty. in Hogan Harris. Oh, I have it here. Um, you're really, really desperate for lefties. You can go down to Patrick Corbin. It's not going to be good versus right. I think I'd rather. I think I'd rather run out a bad righty than and chance him versus lefties than risk letting that Corbin face a righty. Hi, Finn. Hi, buddy. Hi. Hmm? Ezra alive? Hold on. I think he is. Yeah, he is. Okay. No, I was about to react to it, and then Finn did Finn things. I don't think you would say woohoo to express your joy, Breeze, because I think you'd be speechless. I don't love you so much, Finn Finn. I hope we get to do this again now that I can work from home 2 days a week. Lay here. Listen to me. Oh, okay. Okay. Hmm? 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 Alright. Now he's cuddling with me in the void. Um, so I need to finish this up because I got an ad break coming in here in 2 minutes and I don't want to run it again. Um, so yeah, but you run um, I think you'd run Hogan Harris as your only lefty in that. Nice to have one, but you don't need one. The right-handed option is just that good. So we'll take out the 41s again, just for reference. Um, well, I do have another short hair cat, but yeah, he's had his long hair adventures, and by long hair adventures I mean vet visit for hairball and vet hospital stay for hairball. So yeah, Griffin Canning, Peter Montero, Cal Quantrill, Tristan McKenzie, Hogan Harris, Chase Dolander, Chad Patrick, and Vincent Bellozo are your top. Um, your top. That's eight, right? I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's your top eight. Um, if you can't have the extra points, uh, you drop Dolander and um maybe Bellozo. I don't know. For Walker and Humber. So But that is going to be it for me. So thank you everyone for watching. I will try to be live sometime later this week. No guarantees. Once I finish up my masters this weekend, I will have so much more time, and I will start streaming regularly next Sunday. The is that the 18th? Sunday afternoon / evenings. And then I will also